Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, most gracious and most merciful. I say peace be upon you all. I'm Professor Dr. Ahmad Settin, Professor of Pediatrics in Surah University, Egypt. We'll talk in this lecture about developmental milestones from the age of 1 year to 5 years. We start by the gross motor milestones. Start by walking. We notice that the child can start walking at 1 year, and then this walking forward. He can walk backward at the age of 1.5 years. He can do side walking at the age of 3 years. As for the tandem walking, foot by foot, step by step, like this, straightforward, at the age of 4 years, and they can make tandem walking backward at the age of 5 years. So later on, he can stand on one foot at the age of 2 years. This is the tiptoe standing, tiptoe walking, tiptoe walking at 3 years, and tiptoe running at 4 years. He can stand on one foot for 1 second at 3 years, for 4 seconds at 4 years or 5 years. He can stand on one foot. Jump he can jump at 2 years, jump forward, hopping, 4 years, skipping by using a rope like this, 5 years. He can run at the age of 2 years and run smoothly, fastly at 3 years. As for the ball, if you give the child a ball, he can kick the ball at 2 years, and he can kick the ball while running at 4 years, like football players. He can throw the ball at 2 years, and can catch the ball by stretched hand forward 2 years, by stretched hand above his head 4 years, by in front of his chest, like the goalkeeper at the 5 years. He can bounce the ball up and down 5 years. As for the stairs, he can climb stairs, start climbing stairs at the age of 1.5 years. He's still climbing at 2 years in a child manner, 2 feet at one step, both feet at the same step. The age of 2 years, child manner, and get downstairs at the age of 5 years in a child manner, both feet on one step. Then he can climb stairs by adult manner, alternating feet at 3 years. And at the age of 4 years, he can climb stairs and go downstairs in adult manner. At the age of 3 years, he can ride a tricycle. As regarding the fine motor milestones, at the age of 1 year, he can use the cubes, banging together, cast the cubes onto the ground, point by his hand, and he can know the object is object permanence developed from the age of 1 year and 9 months to 1 year. He can recognize that something is still under cover. Before 9 years, he will don't care about the presence of the object behind a cover. But after the age of 9 months or the age of 1 year, he will develop object permanence. He knows that something is present underneath a sheet or underneath a certain cover. He can use the counter or some beads. He can develop the pencil grip, which is a rough pencil grip, but he will develop it in a fine way after the age of 1.5 year. He can have, at the age of 1.5 year, he can make a tower, cubes of 3 cubes, and get the cubes from out and into a container. If you give the child a paper and a crayon, you can scribble in to and fro scribbling, and can make a vertical line. he can imitate a vertical line at the age of 1.5 years. If you give a book, he will turn on many pages at the same time. At the age of 2 years, he's making a cube. We can get a rule multiplying by 3, roughly. So he can make a tower of 6 cubes. And if you give him a paper and a crayon, he can do scribbling in a circular way, and he can imitate 2 letters at the age of 2 years. He can turn 1 page of a book, and he can recognize shapes, for example, circle and the square. He can put in the board, in a simple board. At the age of 3 years, if you apply the rule, becomes he can make a tower of 9 cubes. He can make a bridge of 3 cubes, and he can make a train. If you give a paper and a crayon, he can imitate 3 letters. So at the age of 3 years, 3 letters, and he can draw a man of 3 parts. He can use the scissor for cutting, and he can thread. If you give him a bead and thread, he can put the thread inside the bead, but the large one. Get it fine after that at the age of the 4 years. Also, if you give a shape board, he can put 3 shapes. For example, circle, a square, and triangle. At the age of 4 years, he can do a tower, still the rule, the 4 by 3 becomes 12 cube tower. He can make a 6 brick stair from 6 bricks. He can draw a cross, and he can do a square, imitate the square at the age of 4.5 years. He can imitate the letter X and O, and he can draw 4 parts. 4 years, 4 parts body parts. This is draw a man test. He can thread into the bead, put small beads, like I have said before, and he can recognize 6 shapes on the board. He can put 6 shapes in the board. 5 years, he can do a tower of 15 cubes. He can do 10 brick stairs. If you give him a paper and a crayon, he can imitate triangle, and they can imitate 5 letters. So 5 years, 5 letters. And they make a body part, draw man test, 5 parts of the body. As regards feeding, at 1 year, you can use the cup. At 1.5 year, you can use the cup and the spoon. At 2 years, you can use the spoon and fork. At 3 years, spoon and fork and knife. As for the play, at the age of 1 year, you can do simple playing like bye-bye, waving bye-bye, bet a cake, or big abu. At the age of 1.5 years, a symbolic play is imitation play, like feeding a doll. 2 years, a solitary play, you play with himself in imaginary manner. You can, for example, can pretend as talking on a mobile phone, or cooking using these small toys of cooking. At the age of 3 years, he can start interactive playing. Start first by parallel play with his peers, and he can take his turn and share toys at the age of 4 years. And then at the 5 years, he will develop the belief play. As for example, he imitates himself as a dad, and his friend is a mom, and play like husband and wife. This is at the age of 5 years. Then, regarding the toilet, he indicates he need, just indicate without crying. At the age of 1 year, he developed a toilet need by will develop it in a fine way at the age of 1.5 year. It becomes dry by day, 2 years. Use the toilet alone, 3 years. Wash and dry hand and brush his teeth at 4 years. Dry by night, about 5 years. As regarding dressing, at 1.5 year, take off shoes and socks. At 2 years, help dressing, and 3 years, undress with help or just can undress simple clothes. 4 years dress with supervision, and 5 years dress without supervision. As regarding speech, at the age of 1 year, he say Baba, Mama, Dada, simple words, 1 to 3 words, turn into his name, understand words. 1.5 year will develop more, so there is 1 to 4 words more. Indicate 3 body parts of his face, 3 body parts, and obey simple commands. At the age of 2 years, say his name, understand many words, use plural, and develop a 2-word sentence. You can put 2 sentences in 1 word, 2 words in 1 sentence. At the age of 3 years, he knows full name, age, and sex. And 4 years, he knows his address, and 5 years, he knows his birthday. At the age of 3 years, he develops 3-word sentence. At 4 years, 4-word sentence. 5 years can tell a story. Use the prepositions from 3 years, 3 or 4 years. He knows 3 colors, 3 years, 4 colors, and 4 years. And he can sing, start singing nursery songs, rhymes, nursery songs at the age of 3 to 4 years. Count 1 to 10, and count 1 to 10 by using his 2 hands at the age of 5 years. This is a simple summary of the developmental milestones of the age from the age of 1 to 5 years, and we'll continue this our lectures on development, God willing, and say goodbye. Salam.